Namaskar. Two important things, and actually total of three things. Two important things are 4 weeks more work done than some presidents do in 4 years. That is Trump's claim. Second one is Kash Patel is confirmed as the director of FBI. And there's a very interesting anecdote there that I want to share with you. The third one is Barack Obama not a US citizen? A lot of information has come to light, although some say that this was already available in 2016, but no one was brave enough to print it. I don't know. 2016, I did not have P Guru's channel, so I can't say. Either way, so there are three things that we're going to talk about. Please like this video, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. Let's start with Kash Patel getting confirmed as the director of the FBI. With that, interesting things have happened. Mitch McConnell said that he is finally retiring from Senate, so that seat is up for grabs. And also a lot of other things. Susan Collins from Maine voted against Kash Patel. She is a Republican. Don't know what's going to happen there. Let's first take a look at this very funny video clip that somebody put out from the White House Chief of Staff, 𝗏𝗏. Let's take a quick look at. Okay, the original one is from Bajirao Mastan. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to show it to you. I have the link for the original also in the video and in the reference link section. And here's the person who created this and distributed it among social media. His name is 𝗏𝗏, and he is the assistant to the President and White House Chief of Staff. That is, he's an assistant to Susie Wiles. So fantastic way to introduce Kash Patel. What is Kash Patel's focus going to be? That's a big question on everybody's lips. Well, a couple of things that he had made a name for himself. One is being able to doggedly follow the money. So let's say DOGE finds a lot of things. For example, the latest claim by Zelensky that 100 billion has been missing. Where did that go? Kash Patel would be able to help find that kind of stuff. He has the nose for money. He's done some stunning work in the past, so maybe he's going to go after some of these things. That's number one. Number two, he may go after some of the other things such as Khalistani and other drug-related. See, I always relate Khalistan's rise to drugs. That much of the money that runs the Khalistani, the Khotestani, we can say whatever, the Pannu team is actually drug related, much of it especially from Canada. So that part also there will be a lot of focus, and who knows what else he's going to look at. Certainly it's good. He has got a squeaky clean reputation, and that's what is going to hold him in good stead. Now let's take a look at the second thing. I have a video to share with you where Trump is saying that he has accomplished more in 4 weeks than what many presidents would have accomplished in 4 years. Go ahead.
4 weeks, our new administration has accomplished more than most administrations do in 4 years, and the last administration was a negative. I mean, it was accomplishment, I would say negative 50%. It wasn't any accomplishment, it was a de-accomplishment. On day one, I declared a national emergency on our southern border. I sent our military to the border to secure the sovereign territory of the United States of America. We ended catch and release. We began the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. You know, he was sort of a moderate guy, but he was very strong on the fact he didn't want people to our country from all over the world. He was very tough. He had the record. We now have the record. It's not a record I'm really proud of. You don't like to do that, but we have no choice. We can't let it. I mean, they let criminals, many criminals, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of criminals, 21 million people, I believe, is the number. And of that, millions of people are hard, stone-cold criminals. In the past 4 weeks, illegal border crossings have plummeted by nearly 100%, and the tiny number of illegals that do make it across are being apprehended and sent right back to their home where they belong. All countries are taking the illegal aliens back, every single one, even though they said, and strongly, we're never taking them back, don't even try. They said that during the Biden administration. It didn't work. They're taking them back. They have no choice. They're taking them back. They know we're not playing games.
Okay, so
You remember Venezuela?
As a follow-up, yeah, Venezuela was breathing fire, saying we will not take even a single person, but they have taken back everyone. The follow-up on that is, many of you have asked me a question: how many have been deported? There is a website called howmanydeported.com. howmanydeported.com, and you can take a look at it, because that is like a counter that keeps changing. The number that I have, I pulled it up about 10 minutes ago. 32,192 deported out of 11 million officially. Just now you heard President Trump. There you go. Fantastic. Thank you. President Trump just said that it's not 11 million, but it's 21 million. Sree Iyer App and I analyzed it. We think that the number is probably 15 million. It may not be as high as 21 million. 15 million itself is quite a big number. That's about 5% of the US population that has come in illegally. So that is the second topic that we wanted to talk about. The third, perhaps the most significant one, is the question about where Barack Obama was born. Viewers, this topic has been talked a lot during the 2016 presidential election. In fact, Trump had expressed doubts whether Obama was born in the United States. But before that, in 2012, when John McCain was challenging Barack Obama, at that time also, in one of the meetings, I remember a lady came up to Senator John McCain and asked him the question: is it true that Barack Obama is not born in United States? And I think he said, no, ma'am, he is born in the United States, or something to that effect. Either she asked about that, or whether Barack Obama was indeed a Muslim, Barack Hussein Obama. Now, we're going to show you what is claimed to be his birth certificate by none other than his half-brother. We're going to show the picture of his half-brother also. And this is his birth certificate recorded in Canada. I'm sorry, not Canada, Kenya. And again, this is what the brother, half-brother, I should say, is claiming as the birth certificate of Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein, this is the name of the person. His name is Ngo Malik Obama, Abongo Malik Obama. And he's actually a Republican. He voted Republican this time. And he gave us this certificate. And he said that Obama's father's name is also Barack Hussein Obama. Therefore, Obama is named in the birth certificate as second. So these are all, these are common. Even in the United States, father and the son's name is the same. Son's name takes on second. Sometimes grandson also is named the same. He becomes the third, and so on and so forth. So this is, if you read this, he's born somewhere in Kenya. Mother's name matches, the date matches. So how did then he pass himself off as a US citizen? And therein lies the trick. I have given you a bunch of links. I'm at this point not claiming one way or the other. It's for you to decide what exactly is going on. The allegation is that Barack Obama's birth certificate, that is the US based birth certificate, was a forgery, and it lifted critical information from somebody else who was born 16 days prior to Obama in the United States. Her name is Joanna Ani, and you can see the data on the right hand side. This is a grainy picture. If you want to know the exact details, there's a 10-minute press conference. The date of that is being debated. Some are saying it is now, some are saying no, it was already released in 2016 and nobody was willing to pick it up. But be that as it may, by 2016, he was well into the end of his second term, Obama. So it was more, I think, out of curiosity when Trump brought it up that Obama was not a US citizen, that I think the interest peaked again. So be that as it may, this is where they are saying that 6 points, the data actually has been copy pasted from Joanna's birth certificate into this certificate of Obama. And you look closely at this, you will see the serial number of the birth certificate. And I'm going to get closer to look at it. Her number is something like 995 or something like that. Obama's it was 16 days later. So the number is, can you go to the next one, please? That's a clean certificate, copy of a clean certificate of Obama. That one says 1,641. So the allegations are there. Will the Attorney General Pam Bondi investigate this? And even if it is proven that he was not a citizen of US, what difference is it going to make? Other than to nail another put another nail in the coffin of the Democratic Party, saying these people are real liars. Now the bigger question is, how could even the deep state make somebody who was not even a US citizen the president? Viewers, a lot of these questions are difficult to answer, but think about it as a leverage. Supposing somebody did know about his certificate of birth, then, and you keep it, and then you can use that to blackmail him, to do whatever bidding that you want done. So there is grounds for something like this. It's possible. I'm not saying one way or the other. All I'm saying is these are the revelations that have come out in the last few days. Again, it has been off and on, and never come out again. I've also put a link to Trump's allegations in his previous campaign about Obama not being a US citizen. Now, the important takeaway here is that if he's not the US citizen, and if he's still done that, then what should be the punishment for this? Would he be also impeached? Because remember, Nancy Pelosi impeached Trump even after he stepped down. Would that happen? I don't know. But also remember, viewers, before television came along and live debates came along in the 1960s, before that, the United States president used to be selected in dark, smoke-filled rooms. And for the longest time, there was a place called Tammany Hall in New York City. That's what used to decide who shall be the president of the United States. It was pretty, questionable the way some of these candidates got thrown up as the presidential candidate. In fact, you would be surprised to know, Honest Abe, that is Abraham Lincoln, when he was trying to get elected as the Republican Party's nominee, his opponent was quite strong. And it is believed that his campaign manager did some, golmaal to get a lot of people who are passing by in the streets to give them chits and saying that, vote for Abe, vote for Honest Abe. And all of them were brought into the hall and they cast their vote. And that is how Abe Lincoln won the nomination for the Republican presidential candidate. So this is not new. So don't get too shocked by it. But we should all know, as citizens of the United States, that this is a very dicey process. Let's hope that Trump brings in some transparency in this and make sure that at least this nation will become a great nation one more time. MAGA, make America great again. Thank you so much. That's all I have. Let's take some questions now, please. First question, Prabhat Kumar, thank you for becoming YouTube member. Giri wants to know, off topic, given the way Annamalai dared Uday, do you think Annamalai could have come up with something stronger instead of just a hash for hash? What would you have done in this case, sir? Good question. This is not easy. This is not easy, meaning like trying to unseat DMK. He has been able to rustle up the masses, and he's also, I think, has a point about how many languages would you like your child to read, because they are going to start conducting door-to-door surveys across the state of Tamil Nadu. And if people start saying that, yes, we would like to learn a third language, then I think the DMK's big Tamil thing will be completely, it'll collapse completely, and that could be a huge problem. Now, this particular thing about Get Out Modi is counter to that, is very effective, I must say that. And I think it was a good one. And as to what that Paldahil Babu means, I'm still trying to figure it out. A couple of explanations have been given so far by people, and I put all that stuff in a shorts that I had put out. We'll see how this plays out. But at least he's got them by the short hair, in my opinion. They don't know what to say. Maithili wants to know, Sarji, heard Trump administration is going to give $5,000 check to all income taxpayers. Glad you asked this question, Maithili ji. It's a very good question. I had talked about this yesterday in one of my hangouts, and I'm sorry, in one of my monologue. And what I had said was that Elon Musk thinks that the money that has been collected so far from Doge, that is 55 billion. I haven't seen today's number. Yesterday's number was 55 billion. And he thought that 20% of that could be allocated for all the taxpayers in US and give them $5,000 each. Then Trump weighed in after that. He said, yes, that's a good idea. Another 20% will go towards the deficit of the United States, and the rest will be used to get back into the treasury and start spending. Because Trump needs a lot of money to deport all these people. Many countries may not be able to afford the plane charges. I think even India will probably try and find a cheaper way to get them across. I did a conversation with 𝗟𝗏𝗍 𝗥𝗘𝗏 2 weeks ago, I think, and that's very, very interesting. That's very relevant for this. So please do watch that conversation. Next one, please. Leela Vasudevan wants to know, please share the country-wise deportation if available. I don't know, Leela ji, but 32,000 is a very big number, and I think the numbers in terms of illegals as a percentage, the top 4 were Latin American countries. Venezuela was the number 1, Honduras, I think, Haiti, and I think Cuba, maybe. I think there is one other country I'm missing, but these were the countries from where a lot of refugees were streaming. It was not Mexico. Mexico has, I think, sort of gotten to a point now that they don't really feel like they need to migrate to the United States. The standard of living in Mexico has gone up. Next one, please. That's all we have. Thank you so much. And this was an unscheduled live session. I just thought that with so much happening, I should appraise you of all that's going on. It's possible that Pam Bondi, that the Attorney General might investigate the birth certificate of Obama. And if that comes out to be true, boy, oh boy, the Democrats are in a lot of pain. They're going to be in a lot of pain because for them, this guy is the closest thing to God. They've worshipped the earth he walks on, and if it's found out that he was a fake, I think bad days are ahead for Democrats, I would say. Thank you so much. Namaskar.